Welcome to Windhelm. You're just in time for the celebration. If you don't mind me saying so, you look pretty capable and good in a fight. Just the sort of individual that Thane Mera is looking for. Thane Mera Stormcloak. She keeps the city running and oversees the Windhelm Guard. That makes her extremely busy, especially now, what with the Conenliker and the Ebonheart Pact delegates and all. Of course, in addition to attending the Conenliker, the Pact leaders have important business to attend to. Important business. Now hurry along. You can find Thane Mera at the center of town, right in front of the Palace of Isgramor. I'm sure Thane Mera will appreciate your assistance, and your discretion. Oh, many apologies. I'm the Ebonheart Pact envoy in Windhelm. I've lived here for some time now. I can honestly say that I know all of the city's movers and shakers. If you need anything, anything at all, I'm the one to ask. Yes, the Conenliker. The Nords are very proud of their celebrations, and this is a big one. They want to prove that even though the Akaviri damaged the city, Windhelm is still a beautiful and vibrant place. That's what the Nords call this celebration. The entire city is celebrating King Yoren's 10th anniversary as the Skald King. Nord clans have come to Windhelm from across Skyrim to compete in various challenges to honor the king and his reign. The Akaviri hit Windhelm hard during the invasions. Most of the damage has been repaired, but work continues on the palace. King Yoren insisted that the rest of the city should come first, so the palace was the last thing worked on.
They say shadow scales are killers in the night. Then how do they explain Arkwater?
You look strong and capable, good in a fight, and brave enough to travel the world in search of adventure. If my assessment is even close to correct, I could use your help. The Conenliker, the great games to honor the reign of King Yoren, fills the city with mirth and good cheer. When a new king survives to his 10th year on the throne, we celebrate. But not everyone who has come to Windhelm is in a festive mood. The Stormfist clan hasn't been seen in a decade, but they returned for these games. Since then, there have been numerous injuries and a few deaths, and I fear worse things are to come. The clan stays at the Cold Moon Inn. See what you can learn. I am the Thane of Windhelm. My father was captain of the guard. I followed in his footsteps and climbed a bit higher. We Stormcloaks helped build Windhelm centuries ago. We're an old family, and we're proud of our heritage. What do I do? What don't I do? Rules and regulations. Meetings with King Yoren and other Thanes. Now I'm hosting Pact delegates. A lot of political nonsense. Mostly, I delegate so that I can guard the city. People feel safer with the Thane around. Yes, they've come for the celebration, but also to meet with King Yoren about Pact business. I try not to get too involved. In fact, I'm not sure how Yoren stands all the pomp and ceremony. It would drive me insane. We don't like to talk about it. But Yoren wasn't the unanimous choice to ascend the throne. The Stormfist clan backed his challenger, and they have been associated with ill omens ever since. Discretion is called for, hence an outsider like you. Yoren's brother, Fieldgore. He desired the throne. Normally, succession is determined by the crown of Freydis, but there were complications. Anyway, the brothers fought, Yoren won, and Fieldgore was exiled. End of story. Or so we thought.
give a node a helmet and they get all high and mighty. It's no wonder the palace is still a wreck.
You?
Just when I needed some company.
You're not another fool like Felvin here, are you? Thinking I'll jump in his bedchamber after a drink? There isn't enough mead in the world for that. Isn't enough mead in the world to sate my thirst, either. I don't want a drink. I want 12. I can order for myself, thank you. Just shovel the gold. You undaunted are a strange lot. Do you go around buying drinks for everybody? You probably do. Maybe I have Elvin misunderstood. Probably not. Thanks again, friend. I'll be one singing your praises, if you come back alive. You lot seem to have trouble with that.
Well, 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 look who it is. The second bravest member of the Undaunted. Come treat with me, friend. With me and these lovely ladies. Depends on how much you like the cold. I hear there's a witch in these parts. If the rumors are true, she's taken Direfrost Keep for her own. Sounds ripe for an Undaunted to get involved. I'd go myself, but then I'd have to part with my charming company. Oh, they're interested, but you needn't worry about that. You just take care of Direfrost Keep and leave this to me. There's always something. How do you feel about a trip through the desert? I heard a drunken laborer scream about an ancient dwarven ruin in Alakir called Volenfell, full of ghastly dwarven traps. The man was part of an expedition there, an expedition run by a right pretty lass. Shame I'm already occupied here. Depends on how much you like the cold. I hear...
Won another stupid contest.
The king and his parties. Today, 3 sloppy drunkards wandered into the crypts and haven't been heard from since. I'll wager a week's pay they'll unleash something unspeakable down here, and I'll get blamed. They always blame the priest.
If I survive this, I swear I'll never drink again. Izmir's beard, it's good to see a friendly face. I never thought I'd find my way out of here. I got separated from my friends. We were drinking at the festival. I guess you could say we overdid it. Then Jofar dared me and Naveen to explore those old catacombs. It was a lark. We didn't expect to find undead right here beneath the city. I'd be very grateful. Jofar's so drunk he ran off after a Draga. Thought it was a girl he knew. I hope he didn't try to kiss it.
This is the best party I've been to all night! It's not a party without the Jofar.
You found my drunken Nords. I'll take them off your hands. Lead them back out. You've no idea. I'll take them from here. Thanks for keeping them safe. Good to know not everyone in this country is defenseless. I should think you've gotten quite enough of running blindly into Draugr-filled caves. Let's get out of here.
Oh, yes, please. Let's do get out of here.
But I wanted to punch a
Jofar,
Draugr.
outside is where they keep the mead.
An excellent point. Let's be off then.
Well, that was easy. Come on, Barald.
At last.
Have I got a story?
You look capable. You look like a capable sort. You haven't been eaten by Draugr, at any rate. The name is Malana. This is the entrance to Tomb of Lodor, a necromancer of some renown. I intend to raise and destroy him. If you're willing to assist, I'll see to it that the king rewards you. I did, and I will again once Lodor is destroyed. Will you help me? Are you ready to face Lodor? Let's just say, there are certain magical tomes in King Yoren's library that mages in his employ are forbidden to read. My curiosity got the better of me, and it cost me my job. Ridding Eastmarch of an undead malevolence bent on conquest and domination. I think that might do it. A powerful mage from Era of Myths. Lodor forged a crown of cruelty and domination. It channeled his will and allowed him to enslave an army of followers. They say it took Ysgramor himself to finally defeat him. There's the sarcophagus. Open it quickly. Apologies. I didn't expect Lodor to be so active. I must be certain that Lodor's essence is truly gone. I was afraid of this. Lodor's crown isn't here. It must be nearby. I can feel its dark energy. The undead manifestation of Lodor's lieutenant, Ulfnir Iceblood, guards the antechamber to this room. Perhaps the crown lies with him. Defeat him and search his body. I'll keep searching here.
Resisting me. I can't seem to grasp your soul.
Is it done? Do you have it? It's a protection spell. Lodor's soul is still bound to the crown. Quickly, there is no time. Give it to me. Give me the crown! Now! Then you die!
Well, a mortal. Oh, what fun we shall have together. You are foolish to dabble in such dark matters, mortal. I did nothing. She was planning to betray you from the start. But you I can't control. It's as if you don't have a proper soul. What a pair we are. Me trapped in my crown, you trapped in your soulless husk. I hope you're better company than Ulfnir. I heard 10 more. Fine, I get it. You saved some drunks and got the dead to settle down. You're a big hero, blah, blah, blah. Now will you please leave? The only reason I took this job is because I can't stand the living.
You've been gone for a while. Tell me you found something useful. Cheating at the Conanliker and the Stormfist clan. They haven't caused this much trouble since... Oh no. This is worse than I feared. We need to determine what's really going on here. While you were completing your mission, another competitor was injured. One of my best. The champion of Windhelm. This just got personal. I have another task for you if you're willing. I want you to enter the next event, the foot race of the 9 Holds. I name you Windhelm's new champion. That should confuse our enemies. If you're willing, go talk to the race organizer Lenning. He's along the western wall. Hurry! Speak to Lenning the Hawk and enter the race. You're good at digging up information. We're better to keep an eye on things than right in the middle of the race. I can't post guards at every tower. And as an outsider that no one has ever heard of, your participation should confuse our enemies.
If you're not participating in the race of the 9 Holds, please stand back. I see. Thane Mara is playing her political games again. No matter. As the last racer to arrive, you get to light the starting flare. Get ready. The race begins as soon as you ignite the flare. Rules? Haven't you ever ran a race before? You have to run along the outer walls of the city and must pass through each of the 9 towers along the walls. 1 for each hold in Skyrim. The first racer to pass through the 9th tower wins the event.
Do I look drunk?
Thanks. It's the rare soul who stops to help an opponent. Treachery. An orcish arrow. Poisoned. I drank a potion, but it didn't help. I'm finished. It's too late for me. You need to listen. I saw where the assassin fled. To the south, away from the city. They must be hiding nearby. Avenge me, champion. Avenge!
No fighting or spitting. Got it.
I impress me.
What happened to you? You were doing so well. Why'd you stop running? Another murder? In broad daylight? Thane Mara just left and she wants to speak to you. And she needs to hear about this anyway. Hurry and meet her in front of the palace.
Hey, are you buying?
What is it?
What a race! I saw some of it, and I was informed of the outcome. I have eyes throughout the city, of course. Another blasted attack. You showed compassion, abandoning the race to aid another. Empathy is worth as much as strength, in my opinion. Now about Hadring. We need to find his killers and bring them to justice. Someone must have seen something during the race. The assassins fled after their cowardly attack, but every rat has a hole to hide in. You must find that hole. I don't want you to just find the assassins. I want you to hunt them down like the rabid dogs they are and dispatch them with haste and extreme prejudice. Do we understand each other, champion? I'm taking the gauntlets off and granting you the authority to do whatever is necessary to deal with these assassins. I name you as Justice Carl of Windhelm. Dispense your authority as needed, and deal with this as quickly as you can. Well done. I'll mobilize the guard to prevent any more Stormfists from getting into the city. Go south and find the assassins. Bring me back something I can show to King Yoren to let him know we've taken care of this problem.
What is it?
Some drink to forget. The guards found more caches of weapons hidden around the city, but nothing else. I hope you had better luck. King Yoren's exiled brother Fieldgore used to run the Stormfist Brigade. That's his symbol added to the Stormfist emblem. And these orders... Fieldgore has returned to Skyrim. King Yoren must be told. Hopefully it's not too late. Fieldgore is King Yoren's twin brother. When Queen Nirnhill fell in battle, the brothers joined forces to defeat the Akaviri, but then they fought over the throne. Yoren won the day and exiled his brother. Now Fieldgore has returned. What does any exile want? Needless to say, to announce his presence in this manner can't bode well for King Yoren. The final event has started in the Hall of Trials. I'll send guards to the camp. You need to go to the hall and help the king. Hurry, to the Hall of Trials. You must protect King Yoren at all costs.
Yeah!
prowess is impressive, champion. Come up here
king,
so that...
The Stormfist cheated. These Nords have been poisoned.
Your brother Fildgor sends his greetings, false king. He wants you to know that he has returned from exile to claim what is his by birth and by right. Your rule is over, pretender. Prepare to die.
Poison, Fildgor. What is the meaning of this? Guards, seize that woman!
For
Stormfist.
If you hadn't defeated that nasty little elf fox, I'm sure our great King Yoram would have taken care of her.
Thanks to you. This was a message from my brother. One I wasn't meant to survive. I feared this day would come. A mere scratch. Nothing more. The Stormfist clan's assassins are dead, and that's good enough for me. I guess I've become too complacent, while Fildgor's hatred has obviously deepened and festered. After dear Nirnhild fell in battle, my brother and I threw back the invaders. Afterward, we disagreed on who should succeed our sister. I believed in diplomacy and wisdom. Fildgor believes in rule by force. I couldn't let him take the throne. When I won the throne, I was forced to exile Fildgor. He never forgave me for that. So I assume he returned to take the throne. I wonder what he has promised his Stormfist and Orc allies. I need to think about this. Please tell Thane Mera that I'm fine.
You're back. Tell me, is King Yoren well? That's good to hear. You don't know how relieved I am by this news. You risked your life even though you had no duty to uphold or vow to keep. To me, that makes you the champion of the day. While you were aiding the king, a runner arrived from Fort Morvenskar. The fort is under attack. Fildgor and the Stormfist clan are certainly behind the attack. It can't be mere coincidence. Windhelm must be protected, but we can't abandon the fort. It makes sense strategically, but we weren't prepared for this. We weren't expecting to fight a war while the Pact leaders were in council. I need your help. Captain Hamar sent the runner. Report to him. Find out what's going on at the fort. You upheld my honor and the honor of Windhelm. This Ebonheart Pact is worth more than I hoped. May all your enemies fall before you.
That bowl of jiggling jelly looks delicious. Can I get the recipe?
time to party. Hello, friend. How long has it been? You remember Rigert the Brash, leader of the glorious expedition for Nord Cultural Exchange? It is good to see you again. You are just in time to help. I returned triumphantly from glorious mission to Dark Elf lands, and Thane Mera put me in charge of Skald King's big party. You like a good party, she says. Of course I say. No one parties like Rigert. Turns out the whole thing is mammoth dung. The pickled fish from Lower Jorgrim and the meat from Voljars have not yet arrived. Worse, my dark elf assistant never returned with my fancy Dunmer clothing from Mournhold. Everything goes wrong, and I am stuck here doing organizing things. You do a great service for Rigert. Rigert knew he could count on you. Ask anything, friend. Ah, pickled fish. Sorry, you make Rigert's mouth water. We placed the order for stinky fish with Fishermonger in Lower Jorgrim. Cross the bridge south of here and follow the shore east to the village. Finest mead in all of Skyrim comes from Voljar's meadery. Go out the gate and cross the bridge. Then follow the road west along the river to get there. I sent my worthless assistant to retrieve fancy Dunmer garb from my vault at the bank. It's in the north part of the city. You can't be too careful with your fancy pants, right? Anyway, he never came back. Go look there for tiny little dark elf man.
What utter... What... Who are you? Leave me alone. I'm not doing anything. Oh, such embarrassment and folly. It's a horror perpetrated against the dignity of Dunmer culture. I'm talking about the clothes. These rags, they're a horrendous joke. And Rigert plans to meet the ambassador wearing them. Oh, it's an incident in the making. I will not have it. I'm doing Rigert a favor.
One more and you'll be
They're
good.
running low on mead.
Poor Lower Jorgrim. What a crap. I wouldn't go that way if I were you, traveler. Giants attacked Lower Jorgrim. It's a disaster. If you're smart, you'll stay away from there. I don't see any good coming out of that place for the foreseeable future. But if you really want to help, find Eiriki Frostwind. She's at the fishing camp down the road.
If only we had a few furs to keep us warm. A cold wind blows. Giants stomp through our village, and we have nothing but the shirts on our backs to keep us warm. You've picked a poor time to visit Lower Jorgrim. I don't have a grand quest to offer you. We're just cold and hurt and afraid for our lives. Well, the wolves came to Lower Jorgrim after the giants attacked. They roam the streets and feast on our dead.
Perhaps you could collect a few wolf pelts for me. I can turn them into blankets. At least those of us that survived can stay warm.
Greetings. What brings you to my pier in the middle of this disaster? Sure, Bones. What with the giant attack and all, I completely forgot about all that. My sincerest apologies. Here you go. Haven't you heard? Giants attacked Lower Yorgrim. Go speak to Araki in the tavern over there if you want more information. It's pickled fish. No one actually eats this stuff. It's more of a tradition than a food group. I've even seen a starving horker refuse to eat these stinky fish. It might be good for keeping the wolves away, though.
Lower Yorgrim is dying, stranger. We have nothing left to offer you. I suggest you find somewhere else to rest this night. Giants attacked our village. Many villagers died in Lower Yorgrim because of these mindless savages. I gathered the few survivors I could find and fled to this fishing camp. I don't know. This is the first time the Giants have ventured this close to the village, and the first time they've attacked us. My brother, Scorvild, is assembling a force of warriors to drive off the Giants. You should talk to my brother.
Don't mind my cousin. She never could keep her opinions to herself.
Listen, cousin, Scorville's as crazy as an outhouse skeever.
My poor wife. The giant swung its club and shattered her leg. Oh, what am I going to do?
Look around, cousin. What difference does it make now?
If you seek sanctuary, you've come to the wrong place. This is my war council, and you have interrupted its proceedings. I see. Dear Iriki. Always trying to help her big brother. Well, while we formulate our plans to retake Lower Yorgrim, I suppose there is something you can do. Before we charge out to deal with the wolves and giants, we need someone to rescue any other villagers still trapped out there. If you could get the civilians out of the way, that will be one less thing for me and my warriors to worry about. Yes, and keep an eye out for my warrior, Burge. I sent him to retrieve supplies, but he hasn't returned. If you could also collect those supplies, it would improve our chances against the giants immensely. Rations. Made from an old family recipe. An army fights best on a full stomach, or so they say. In truth, my warriors have a tradition. They always eat these specific rations before going into battle, and I'm loath to break our routine. Meet us at the manor house to the south when you've completed these tasks. The armory there contains the weapons and armor we need to make our first strike against the giants. Good luck out there, stranger.
Mind yourself, stranger. Many dangers roam Lower Yorgrim this day.
You should talk to our leader, Scorvild. He knows exactly what Lower Yorgrim needs right now.
Is it safe out there? You don't have to tell me twice.
Who are you? What are you doing out here? Oh, thank you. I'll go to the fishing village. That's where Iriki always takes us during an emergency.
Who are you? Did Scoville send you? No, leave me alone. I didn't look in the sacks. Please don't kill me. He sent you to get his precious meat after I failed to return, didn't he? I don't want anything else to do with Scoville or his cult. Just leave me alone. You don't know? Scoville has always been intense, but lately he's become obsessed with power. His militia treats him like he's some sort of god. I suggest you stay out of his way and leave Lower Yorgrim before it's too late. Scoville organized the militia. He wants to offer his services to the Skald King. But something went wrong. He forced us to eat the disgusting rations he made. After that, the giants attacked Lower Yorgrim. I think Scoville drew the giants to us. I don't know exactly, but I think it has something to do with the rations. I looked in one of the sacks. His rations? He makes them from giant meat. Scoville discovered a ritual in a secret room beneath the manor house. He's become more and more belligerent ever since. You need to tell Iraki about this. Bring the giant meat to her as proof. She'll know what to do. Me? I'm heading to Windhelm.
Did you find Scorvild? Are you the one who rescued the villagers? What? How could my brother cause the giants to attack Lower Jorgrim? That makes no sense. Do you have? Oh no! Scorfield has gone insane! Please, you must stop him. If he goes ahead with this ritual, he'll only make matters worse.
It's not as bad as it looks.
You're back! Were you able to kill any of those beasts? And did you bring us any of their pelts? Thank you. Some of Lower Jorgrim's refugees will sleep warmly tonight. Please, take this for your troubles.
What happened? I heard a terrible commotion from below. Did he? Is my brother dead? I understand. I will mourn for my brother later. Right now, we still have to do something about the giants. I don't know where the closest giant burial ground is, but perhaps if we burn the remains, it will show them that we're sorry, that we want to be left in peace. Use the fire right outside. Then meet me at the fishing camp when the task is done. Did you do it? Did you burn the remains of the giants? And did it work? Are they going to leave us alone now? That's a small blessing. If I had known what Scorvild was doing, maybe I could have talked to him and stopped this. Anyway, thanks for your help. You kept a bad situation from turning even worse.
I can only imagine Tondrel's grief at losing his son. Good thing you were there to defeat General Sarian, though.
Come, do your trading here.
Greetings, Walker. Rabamak has many spotless goods. You will come and look, yes? Mother always said this one was a kitten-headed fool. Here, take everything. Just let this one go.
Watch your step around here, stranger. Stupid Stormfists? Stupid Orcthane? What a mess they made! Fieldgore Orcthane and his Stormfists! Nothing but cowards and thieves, if you ask me. Soldiers are supposed to be honorable, noble. But they slaughtered the Volyar family. They killed unarmed civilians. They killed my brother's wife. They wanted free mead. Can you believe it? Savages, the lot of them. My brother Heraldar plans to get the meadery up and running again. If you want to lend a hand, talk to Heraldar. He's over by the farmhouse.
I've got to get the meadery open again. I made a promise. You picked a bad time to visit Volyar's meadery, friend. It used to make the sweetest mead you ever tasted, but that was before the Orkthane's thugs showed up demanding free mead. Their leader got angry and lost control. He killed the Volyar family. More than you know. They killed my wife, Inga. She was Old Man Volyar's daughter. I planned to reopen the meadery. My brothers came to help. We need to get rid of the Stormfists and gather the ingredients Rorold needs to start fermenting mead again. I'm a farmer, not a fighter, and the place is still crawling with Fildgor's thugs. Maybe you could get into the meadery and make sure it's safe. Once inside, grab the recipe book and some fragrant herbs and rare spices. We'll follow behind you. We followed you, and Heraldar dealt with the remaining Stormfists before heading back out. The meadery is completely secure now. Rorold is already at work downstairs. We want to start filling orders as quickly as we can. Thank you. This has been difficult, but I'm grateful. Rorold muttered something about honey and giants. If you're up to it, I'm sure he could use your help to get his first batch of mead started. As soon as we're up and running, you can have all the mead you can drink. Oh, by the way, have you met my twin brother Iroldar yet? Iraldor's outside somewhere. He hates losing, and I know he wants a crack at the orc bastard that killed my Inga. If you see Iraldor, make sure he isn't in over his head. Fen should be along shortly. I just wish I knew where Bjorld was.
The bees are too agitated. They must be calmed to produce the most flavorful honey. The Stormfist ruffians chased a giant across the road, right into my beehives. It's scaring the bees, and frightened bees make bitter honey. You need to get rid of that giant before anything else goes wrong. Wait, it's coming. Another one of my brilliant ideas. There! And that is why Heraldar made me the master mead maker. Use the bees against the giant. Just kick a beehive. The bees will go after the biggest target out there, the giant. Well, it was just an idea. And a rather good one, too. Oh, I know. Let me splash you with this. It smells like smoke and ashes. The bees hate it. Now you shouldn't have any bee problems.
Oh, blast! If I hadn't taken a dagger in the ribs, I'd deal with these damn Stormfist myself. I'm the tough one. I've taken down some of the Stormfist soldiers, but their leader, Kazok, still lives. He's the one that killed poor Inga. As long as he's alive, these bastards won't leave. Someone needs to plant Kazok's head on a pike. Kazok's camp is up the path behind the barn. Take out more of his troops along the way, and that ought to make Kazok angry enough to appear and face you. And when he shows up, kill him. Then we can stick his head on one of these pikes. An orc head on a pike will be great for business. It shows that this meadery is safe, and that the snow peaks are as tough as nails.
Kazok's axe hungers for blood.
I saw the whole thing. Well done. I wish I could have helped, but you had everything under control. Meet me down near the barn. We need to stick this ugly head on a pike. I can't wait to tell Haraldar that this Kazok bastard is dead. Nothing yet, but it needs to get stuck on one of these pikes. That's where it belongs. You should do the honors. It's only fair, since you defeated him and all. That should put the fear of Shor and the rest of those Stormfist lackeys. Ha! That is a thing of beauty. Kazok's head never looked better. It might be ugly, but nothing says security like an orc's head on a pike. Haraldar will be pleased that that we took care of Kazok. It's small comfort for the loss of his wife, but he'll appreciate anything that helps the meadery. Now we can put this meadery back together again. Thanks.
How are the bees? The success of the meadery depends on their honey. It has to be perfect. And you brought me its toe. I was only joking about that, but thank you. I started organizing things here. I don't suppose you ran into my brother Bjorl, did you? He looks like me, but he's not as smart. I sent Bjorl to get a barrel of apple blossom honey from the barn. He probably got lost. But I need that honey to make more mead. Could you get the honey? And if you see Bjorl, send him this way. He needs to deliver these casks to Windhelm. What do you think mead is? It's fermented honey. The flavor changes depending on the honey, spices, and herbs used in the process. It's a delicate balance to get it just right. You can try some when you come back.
I've already sampled some of Roral's first batch of mead. It's very good. My wife loved this place. It's been in her family for generations. I want to keep the tradition going to honor her memory. My 4 brothers came to help. I'm grateful, but they aren't always as useful as I'd like them to be. No other name would fit. Mugs of Volyar's mead have been raised to seal bargains, toast brave Nords, and end challenges for hundreds of years. We plan to continue that tradition. No, Inga and I live near Solitude. She came to visit to help her parents prepare orders for the Konenliker. She wrote to me and said there was trouble. By the time I got here, it was too late.
Go away, honey. So yummy. What? Can't a guy have a little peace and quiet for a while? Brigands, overbearing brothers, too much honey. I need more sleep. Oh, I was having the most wonderful dream about a bear. Oh, all right. I'll get back to work. I just need to rest my eyes for a few more moments.
I'm the official greeper. I mean greeter. Welcome to Volyar's Meadery.
Have lots of ideas for new flavors of mead. I just need to find more suppliers of spices and herbs. Wonderful. I'm sure it will make a delightful mead. And another batch is ready. I would be honored if you'd be the first to taste it. A touch of this, a bit of that. Just take a good long swallow. See if you can taste the subtle notes of Alakia's spice, wildflower honey, and late summer herbs.
This fermented honey tastes wonderful.
Well, look who's finally up and about. You really can't hold your mead. Rorold's latest batch must have been pretty potent. The Volyar name has always stood for fine mead. In memory of my wife, we plan to continue that tradition. Thanks for your help.
As good as ever. You'd never know Rorold wasn't the true Volyar.
I heartily recommend the flavor of the day. It's delicious.
Bjorld keeps wandering off. He always was the lazy one in the family.
Kazok's ugly head on a pike. I can't think of a better way to tell people that Volyar's Meadery makes mead fit for the toughest Nords. Yes, Haraldar and Rorold take care of producing mead and running the meadery. I just help out where I can, sometimes tossing a rowdy patron out the door, sometimes working on the farm. I'm glad we came here.
Welcome to Volyar's Meadery. Please excuse the mess. Sorry. We had some trouble, and there hasn't been enough mead to fill the order. I'll get it on a cart as soon as possible. Here, take this bottle. It's my way of apologizing for the delay. Not since you put that orc's head on a pike. You'd be surprised how much business the orc's head on a pike has brought to the Meadery. Thanks again for taking care of that for us.